メジャー翻訳速報。
メジャー翻訳速報。海外の反応へようこそ。ドジャースタジアムでメッツとの第3戦が行われ、残念ながらドジャースが1対6で敗戦となりました。先発のトニー・ゴンソリンが初回に3失点と厳しいスタート。リンドアに飛球を与え、キケ・ヘルナンデスのエラーも重なり、ピート・アロンソにツーランホームランを浴びてしまいます。対するメッツの先発グリフィン・キャニングは素晴らしい投球で、ドジャース打線を6回無失点に抑え込みました。そして8回にはアロンソがこの試合2本目となるスリーランホームランで決定打。最終的に6対1でメッツが勝利し、シーズンシリーズを制しました。試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Here we go, Infinity Postgame Live. Gary Apple, Todd Zeal with you on this early Thursday morning as the Mets get the win over the Dodgers tonight at Los Angeles. They ran out to the early lead, never looked back. 6-1 is the final, so they wrap up the season series here, Todd, over the Dodgers. They've won 5 out of their last 6, 9 of their last 11, so a lot to get to here on this late night postgame show. Let's go back out Dodger Stadium right now and get a look at some notes from this game. Last night it was the Dodgers who had a big first inning, and tonight it was the Mets. Pete Alonso, his 13th home run of the season. He goes the opposite way, a 2-run bomb, 392 feet, and the Mets had the very early 3-0 lead. Griffin Canning, tremendous for the Mets. Best start in a Mets uniform, 6 shutout innings. He finished off his night by getting Teoscar Hernandez to fly out to center field. Then in the 8th inning, the polar bear would do it again. This time, 447 feet, a 3-run shot, 112 miles per hour off the bat. Mets had the lead. It was 6-0. They win 6-1. That is the 22nd multi-homer game of Pete Alonso's career. And so the Mets all-time home runs leaderboard that is presented by Tunnel to Towers. And Pete now with 240 home runs in his career. He's 2 behind the captain, David Wright, for second on the Mets all-time list. And he's now just a dozen behind Darryl Strawberry for the most in Mets franchise history. Moments ago, Pete with Steve Geltz.
No, Pete, there are home runs and then there are home runs. That second one, 447, just an absolute bomb. How does that feel different than just your run-of-the-mill one that clears the fence?
I mean, they all feel great. Yeah, they all feel great. I mean, for me, I think what merits like the feeling is like the situation. I mean, I was just really happy. I mean, we were up 3-0, just really happy to really kind of really provide some insurance runs. I mean, our pitching staff did a great job. I mean, Castillo, my heavens, Griff shoved. I mean, Stanley coming in the end, I mean, that was an unbelievable job by our pitching staff, keeping a great lineup to 0 runs. I mean, that's fantastic.
You mentioned those pitchers, and specifically when it comes to Griffin Canning, it's about as good as we've seen him all year, and he's been pretty good this season. What did you see from first base against this lineup?
I mean, he just did an excellent job sequencing and executing. I mean, he had his big boy stuff today, and I mean, he carved. It was awesome. He did a great job navigating the lineup. I mean, the execution was off the charts for him.
Pete, you've talked this season about the importance of quick starts, that you guys aren't fighting tooth and nail at the end of the year. But with this win, you clinched the season series against the Dodgers. Given how close these two teams seem to be, how important do you think that is, just with potentially what could be happening at the end of the year?
I mean, it doesn't matter who we're playing during the regular season. I mean, it's a great team over there. I mean, but I mean, again, it's just all about collecting as many wins as possible before the end. So ideally we win tomorrow. That'd be great, and really get us our momentum carried on through the rest of the months. But I think we did a great job tonight.
Carlos, what did Griffin Canning do so well tonight?
Yeah, pretty impressive. The way he used all of his pitches, I thought he got ahead, executed when he needed to, make them chase when he had to. But the way he used all of his pitches, I thought the fastball, I think I saw at one point 97, but he had life. The slider was sharp. The changeup was with depth. I mean, he was really good. I think like in the third or fourth, he got behind a couple of times, but then as the game went on, I felt like, especially the slider, pretty impressive for him to go out there and do what he did against that lineup.
You mentioned especially the slider, but I think that changeup the last couple of outings, he hasn't gotten as much swing and miss on that, and it was back up to what we were seeing earlier this season. Did you see that pitch take a noticeable tick back up tonight?
Yeah, and especially with some of the swings he was getting on that pitch, the depth, like I said, and this is something that, in between outings, they work on it, so you got to give him and the pitching group some credit, and he kept throwing, he kept using it, but I thought because of the life on his fastball and the way the slider was today, he was really, really good.
Who was more impressive, Canning or Pete?
No, they were both pretty impressive. I got to go with Griffin there, but that second homer from Pete, man, not easy to go all the way there. Pretty impressive again. Two good shots, the 2-run homer in the first inning to kind of set the tone, and then, adding on late in the game to kind of put the game away there. It was good to see.
He seems to be chasing a bit less than he did maybe a few weeks ago. Was it an adjustment he made, or is he just sort of back to being Pete Alonso?
Yeah, I think it's part of the grind. When you go through when you're playing 162, you're going to go through stretches where they're going to make you chase, and you're going to have to make adjustments, and that's what he did. That's what makes him a great hitter, his ability to adjust, and we've seen that out of the gate early in the season. He wasn't missing pitches, he wasn't chasing, then he went through a stretch where they made him chase, and now he's back to that hitter that we saw at the beginning, and when he's doing that, he's pretty dangerous.
Win over the Dodgers tonight by a final of 6-1. Brilliant outing from Griffin Canning. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, just the 1 walk. He's got a 2.90 ERA through a dozen starts in a Mets uniform, and it was great that he went back out there for the 6th inning. 90 pitches through 5, 99 through 6. Here he is.
Griffin, for you, what was the key to keeping that lineup down the way you did?
Yeah, just executing pitches, going one pitch at a time. Trusting Louis back there. He called a great game. We're on the same page, and then Jeff in particular in center running some balls down. But the offense jumping out to an early lead helps just to reinforce kind of going out there and attacking the zone.
You mentioned attacking the zone. I think you had 17 of 23 first pitch strikes. Just for you, when you get ahead like that, how much does that open things up for you?
Yeah, for sure. It's big against any lineup, but especially this one. Felt like the pitch mix was pretty good, keeping guys off balance. It was a good one.
For those last 4 hitters you faced, what's the degree of difficulty in doing what you did to those 4 guys?
Yeah, they're great hitters, but like I said, just communicating in between innings with Louis of how he want to attack guys and kind of trying to show different stuff and getting ahead of them helps for sure.
The results have been outstanding for you so far. How pleasing a season has it been for you to this point?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but it's a long year, so just trying to take it one day at a time. Keep trying to get better every single day.
That pleased with your secondary pitches last time out. What kind of goes into getting the feel of those pitches back between starts?
I think tonight in particular, I just threw my slider a lot. One of those at bats that Pa has grounded out to short feels like that at bat stood out where I kind of got some good feel for my slider. I feel like I kind of got back to how I was pitching at the beginning of the year in spring training, just kind of leaning on the slider and the changeup.
Griffin, that at that when you got Otani looking 3-1 count, what are you trying to do there once you get to 3-1? It's a dangerous hitter, obviously.
Yeah, I don't want to give in. He put a good swing on a fastball earlier in the game. He's a great fastball hitter. So, I was leaning on my slider to get there, and then just kind of showed him something different with the changeup 3-2.
A win against a team like that more meaningful than other games for you, or do you all bundle them up?
I want to win every game.
This is the third time to face to Shohei. How was it?
It's always fun. Yeah, he's a good competitor. He's tough out, but this was a really cool environment to pitch in, and the fans were into it, but it was a lot of fun.
How much can you draw on having played with Shohei previously? I don't know, maybe pitching to him in spring training or something like that. How much can you draw on that experience when you face him now?
Not much. I kind of watched just from that rain out game that I had against him. I kind of watched my at bats against him there. He's just such a good hitter. You kind of mix it up every single time you face him.
Did you see his tongue out?
Yeah. He deserved it. He hit the ball hard.
Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung here alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia part. What was a really tough night for the Dodgers at the Ravine. They did avoid being shut out for the 4th time this year, but they dropped the season series now to the Mets, and they fell behind in the first inning of a game for the 4th straight game. And while the Mets only had 4 hits in this one, Jerry, Pete Alonso did a lot of damage. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Dodgers never recovered.
Yeah, the polar bear for a reason. I mean, this guy's got light tower power. We saw it late in the ball game tonight. But listen, the Mets jumped on Tony Gonsolin right off the bat in that first inning, a 3 spot. Dodgers really didn't have any answers offensively. this game really was dominated by the Mets pitching and offense.
Yeah, I think from the offensive side for the Mets is concerned against Tony Gonsolin, not only that first inning, but they made it stressful, I think, throughout. Tony Gonsolin battled, ended up going 5 innings, but he was really still trying to really find it. And at the same time, on the opposite side, Griffin Canning, he found it, and the Dodgers could not figure him out. I mean, when you go 6 innings and the Dodgers do not have a single at-bat with a runner in scoring position, that's getting the job done. He really was. He was mixing up his pitches. He had command of his fastball as well, and they just seemed like they were off balance, or they really didn't pick up his pitches. Almost like he had some deception to him, but, man, the Dodgers really could not barrel him up. There were pitches like that they were taking, thinking that they were going to be off the plate, and there was some movement, and they were catching the inside part of the corners or the outside part. So he did a really, really good job mixing up everything, and you could see by some of those swings that they were a little bit off balance.
If you look back at the 2 series that we played against these guys, they're pitching us really well. Execution, sequencing, we certainly kind of, one step behind as far as, anticipating what they're going to do. And then when we do get opportunities with mistakes in the hitting zone, we're not cashing it or taking advantage of. So I don't know the answer. I do know that you got to give those guys credit for pitching as well. We got Peterson tomorrow, who pitched well against us the other time at their place, so we got to get him up. But I thought after that first inning, Tony recovered and pitched well and kept us in the ball game, and we were in there until we weren't.
How different does he look now than maybe where he was in his past?
Much different. Obviously, he's healthy. The stuff is playing up. The velocity's up. There's a cutter. The slider's good. There's a changeup. So he's a much better pitcher, much more weapons than he's had in the past, and he's really put it on us for a couple outings.
Is that mostly just mixing it more off speed and maybe pitching backwards, stuff like that?
I think so, yeah, and I think that there's no secret that, most of our guys are on the fastball, but if you can have the ability to strike secondary pitches in hitters' counts, it makes it a little bit more tough, but that, calls for adjustment on our part. But I think that's kind of probably what it is.
Have you noticed anything about how the Mets have been able to kind of neutralize or at least limit the damage from Ohtani in particular?
Yeah, I think that they're just really not throwing fastballs in the hitting zone, to be honest with you. If something is in the strike zone, it's spin or changeup. And they're changing a lot of locations. They're going in, crowding them, then they're going away. So they're just not repeating a lot. Yeah, Freddie's okay. He'll be down tomorrow. Just in this stretch, I'm going to give him a day game after night game, and obviously he's grinding and playing essentially every day, so he'll be down tomorrow, but he's fine.
Did Tommy do anything today, or has he sort of feeling?
Tommy's fine. Soreness got much better. He'll be in there tomorrow at second base.
All right, we've got day baseball at the Ravine tomorrow, 1 p.m. start time on Getaway Day. It's the season and series finale against the Mets. Won't see them again until a potential rematch in October. Jerry, Dodgers need to salvage a split.
Absolutely. You got to come away with that split, especially at home. We know the Mets are a very good ball club, but Dodgers need to find a way, and it starts first with Landon that continue to pitch well.
Yeah, he's going to have to set the tone, and obviously, too, the offense, especially after getting stifled today the way they did. Hopefully they can get on the board early tomorrow.
And going against a tough left-hander, David Peterson, who beat them when they were in New York, went 7 2/3 Nomar. We heard Dave Roberts say no Freddie Freeman. We know that he's not thrilled with that, but Dave wants to get him off his feet.
Sometimes you got to force Freddie Freeman's hand and say, listen, you need a day to rest, but nonetheless, when him not in the lineup, you got to pick it up.
No excuses. Win tomorrow.
All right, Dodgers will try to salvage a split of this 4-game series. We'll see you tomorrow. Pregame at noon from Dodger Stadium.
ピート・アロンソのパワーには本当に圧倒されましたね。特に8回の447フィートの特大スリーランは見事でした。グリフィン・キャニングも見事な投球で、ドジャース打線は全く歯が立ちませんでした。変化球を巧みに使い分けて、打者のタイミングを完全に外していました。4試合連続で初回にリードを許すなど、序盤の立ち上がりに課題が見えた試合でした。明日はシリーズ最終戦、ランドン・ナックの投球でシリーズの分けを狙います。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。